Good evening. Welcome to the Tea Experience here on 2020 Vision Radio, coming to you live from Queen City, Nevis, each and every Thursday between the hours of 6 and 7 p.m. Hope you had a good day. So today it's a pleasure to welcome Marisha Robinson, partner at Morton Robinson LP, to the Tea Experience. Marisha is an accomplished attorney at law with a strong and respected presence in the legal practice industry. Her expertise spans civil and corporate law, legal research, property law, citizenship by investment, trademarks, trust and estate law, and international company incorporations. She brings not only technical precision to her work, but clarity, diligence, and a deep commitment to excellence. Beyond her professional achievements, Marisha is also a devoted wife to Will Guy and a proud mother of 3 beautiful children, balancing leadership in law with the richness and responsibility of family life. So today, we look forward to exploring her journey, her insights and experiences that have shaped both the professional and the person. So, as always, let's get into the conversation. Hello, Marisha.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me. Season's greetings to all the viewers, listeners out there.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on. Hang on a minute, I'm going to need to turn something off because I'm getting a bit of feedback at the moment and it might be on your side of things. Anyway, let's keep talking. I can hear an echo. What's going on?
Hello.
I can hear an echo. Let me just turn it off.
Hello?
Right. I can hear you. Right, you keep talking. Everything's fine now, but there's an echo going on in here, so I don't really know what's going on. Let me just turn this off a minute.
Hi. Is that better?
That's better. Right. Let's put you back on again. Right, let's turn it off. Okay. There's still an echo. Anyway, let's talk. But let's talk because we ain't got now.
Okay.
So how you been? You had a good day?
I did. I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah? So you've been up to today then?
Work.
Is that it?
So far, yes.
Are you tired?
Well.
You're not usual sort of.
Oh, no, I'm good. It's I'm just trying to have you sort that out.
I'm alright. Well, if you would have got here when I told you to get here, right, we could have done this already.
Sorry.
It's alright. Because I'm a bit thrown as well, because I like everything to be ready for when I come in here.
Clear.
Yeah, put the microphone next to your mouth.
So?
Like that, yeah.
Is that better?
You see where I'm talking, into the top of the mic? Yeah.
Like so?
No, you see that bit there at the top?
Here?
That's it, yeah. Talking, it's a directional microphone.
Here?
That's it, yeah. Yeah.
Hey. Is that better?
That sounds better.
Okay.
I think it might have been a problem with the mic, but I think somebody's been messing about with these controls. That's why I'm getting the feedback. Anyway, it's good to see you.
Same here.
Because you've not been on here for a while, have you?
No, I can't even remember the last time
I can.
It was...
Was when you were pregnant?
Yeah, I was trying to remember if I had the baby yet or I was pregnant. That's why I was hesitant.
Oh, okay. No, I think you were with child.
Oh, so that's over 2 years ago.
Is it?
Yeah, because Maya is 2.5, almost 2.5.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I don't know where time goes nowadays, you know.
I know.
So how is she anyway?
She is a firecracker.
Is she?
Yes.
In what way?
In all the ways. Apparently they say the third one will test you.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is she doing that?
She's just full of life. She has her older brother and sister to bully, as well as to wrap them around her fingers, and I think she's doing a fantastic job at that.
Only 2.5 years old?
Oh yeah, she knows.
She knows already?
She knows.
And how do Zara and William respond to that?
Oh, they love her.
Do they?
Yeah.
They like being bullied?
Sometimes, they're 9 and 10, and so sometimes they want to do their own thing, and they're like, she's getting in their way. But for the most part, They love her.
All right.
Yes.
So they look at her as like their little sister.
Oh yeah,
precious
they're
to look after and stuff,
exactly. They're mini parents to her.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And I bet
it's a joy to watch.
I'm sure it must be, especially this time of year, isn't it? With Christmas is it?
I know.
So how's your Christmas preparations going?
Oh geez, I feel like I never feel like I'm fully prepared.
Really?
But it is what it is. It's I love Christmas, especially after having kids. I actually look forward to it.
Yeah.
I look forward to decorating. I look forward to, the gifts and everything that we give them, and just to see the joy on their faces and everything. And we each of them they get an advent calendar every year. Oh, nice. That's one thing I was prepared for this year. Usually I'm kind of late with the advent calendar, so I usually do the 12 days countdown, but this year they got to do the full 24 days count.
Because it starts on the 1st, doesn't it?
Yes, but you could do the 12 days of Christmas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they have both advent calendars, the 24 days, or they have the 12 days one.
See, I can't remember. It's been such a long time since I was a child and had advent calendars. So
yes. So and for Maya, teaching her that she could only open one day at a time, it's a bit of a challenge for her, but after a few days I think she has gotten it. After a few days she got it. She understood.
So is this the first year she's been able to understand about advent calendars?
Yes, because she's only 2.
Of course, yeah. So she's probably opening up the windows. She's seen a present in there. She's going,
and she wants to open everything. So, but I think she has finally gotten it that it's only one per day, which is great. She's 2, and she's kind of very smart for her age.
I was going to say, she sounds like she's a fast learner.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's good then. Anyway, but yes, 2.5 years. Wow, that's gone just like that. Yeah. Well, as always, tell us a little bit about your background, because I'm sure people can't remember what you said 2.5 years ago.
Well, I like to say I'm a Caribbean person. I am originally from Jamaica, but living here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm also a citizen here now, having satisfied the naturalization process.
Okay.
I have 3 kids, as you mentioned. They were all born in the Federation, and my husband is from the U.S.
Okay. How did you guys meet?
We actually met here in Nevis.
Did you?
Coincidentally, we both moved here around the same time, and so we used to hang out in similar social circles and whatnot. So yeah, we were friends for a while before we took it to the next step.
Okay, all right. Well, it's going all right, isn't it? How long have you guys been married now?
Next year will be in August. It will be 10 years.
Wow.
Yes.
And how's it been?
It's been good. I can't believe it's been 10 years. That's why I kind of like 10 years. It sounds 10 years, especially nowadays for a marriage, is like a lifetime.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah. Have you seen the divorce court list?
Not really. No, it's not something that interests me.
I know, but and if you see now on social media, a lot of marriage gets a bad rap. It's no longer seen as something that is long lasting, and so I think it's important that we kind of push and show the positive sides of it. It can be challenging, but in the end, if it's done the right way and you both are on the same page, it's a beautiful journey.
Well, this is one of the reasons why I invited you onto the show, because over the last couple of months you've been posting some posts on Facebook.
Oh, it's a tip. Today's a Thursday. Tipsy Thursday.
Tipsy Thursday tips. I love those tips. Right?
Yes.
And so do you get much feedback when you post that?
I do. It's interestingly, I did it a few times, and then I've been out in and around town, and people I don't know, they've walked up to me and they've told me that, I like your post, keep doing it. Us girls here, we're not accustomed to that kind of thing where people, yes. So I was encouraged by that, even if it's 1 or 2 persons. Of course. At least, I would have made an impact. And privately, I've had private messages on Facebook. Encouraging. Some have disclosed issues they're having.
Seriously?
Yes.
Are you like a marriage guidance
I'm not a counselor, but and things like that. And so that has given me the courage to continue doing it. It could be 10 persons at least,
Virtual
and for
DJ.
some I've had where people are like, I'm not yet married, but what I've seen you post, that is what I aspire to have.
Really?
Yes. And so from that perspective, it has encouraged me to continue.
Well, I guess if you're reaching at least one person, at least it's having an impact.
Yes.
But the fact that you're getting more than one person on there, it shows that what you're writing, it actually resonates with a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was going to suggest you set up as a marriage guidance counsellor, but you got so much going on.
I have so much. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I mean, what are the key challenges to being a parent and working full time then?
Time.
Okay.
Time will always be a challenge. I wake up super early because as the community is small, so you see, I cherish spending time with my children.
Okay.
Plus, I have to carve out time for my husband, and then there is work, which takes up majority of your daylight time. And so, in the mornings before work, my son, he's usually an early riser as well.
Okay.
And so in the morning, sometimes the two of us alone, we have our cuddle time. Sometimes Zara wakes up early, but they are usually up before Maya. And because Maya is the youngest one, after work, once I get home, she tries to take up all my time.
Right.
Understandable, and she's the youngest one. And so I try to carve out times when it comes to extracurricular activities. I try to be always there for my kids.
Okay.
Sports, they're sports oriented. I support them 100%. I always encourage them, and I'm always there. So even if it's a school event, every school event, no matter what, I try not to miss them.
Okay.
Unless I'm not on island. But apart from that, we are always there.
Right.
At least if both of us aren't there, Will is one of the parents.
I was just about to say, you've not mentioned Will because you're talking I, but for I, it's just you're talking.
No,
you
about
Will.
me personally, in terms of how I manage my time with them.
All right.
Yeah, but Will is very involved with the kids. But the question wasn't about him, so I wasn't getting into that.
Yeah,
part.
but I guess you can include. Well, you're a partnership, right? So,
yes, well, as we know, like in the Caribbean, for instance, when it comes to, and I've noticed it myself, going to sporting events, extracurricular events, there's a stark difference with the support from a mother as compared to a dad. Will is of an American background, and he played sports, and so he understands the importance of parents, or
Sure.
at least one parent being at an event to support the child. And so he's always there unless he can't, and that's rare. Even if he comes late, he's there. Very rarely he's not at the sporting event. Sometimes, like my son, especially like for football, sometimes he's like, "Daddy, don't come," because he's like, you're embarrassing me or whatnot. But anyways, that's their own little battle there going on. But we love it, and we love to support the kids. We love to see them do well, and even if they don't do well, we encourage them to do better. Yes.
Well, I mean, if I look back at my upbringing, my parents, I mean, they worked a lot of the time. I mean, there were 7 children in my household when I was growing up. I can't remember my parents coming to watch me at any sporting event, but I understand because they had other priorities.
I know, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
and that the beauty about it, and why we are able to do that, is the flexibility that we have, because we manage our own affairs.
Sure. So
it makes it a bit easier for us to have that little getaway, because a lot of the times the sporting events, they do happen while work is going on.
Sure.
And so that's why some parents can't. And there's a saying that says, how how one determines that you are wealthy or you've made it is the time you have and the time you get to spend with your family. So the fact that we are able to spend so much time with our kids and attend almost basically all their events, that's richness in and of itself.
Because I know you and Will attend a lot of events at the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, which is where a lot of sporting events take place. I mean, how do you balance that? Because weekends are supposed to be like family time.
I know, but I tell, for work, I used to have work interfere with my weekends. It might sound a bit.
Is that through choice? Is that because of the priority?
No,
and
it's
the
just
demands?
that when you're running a law firm, you have clients who are
demanding
and understandably so. Sometimes they're in different time zones and whatnot. And I used to always, some on the weekends I would still check in and stuff, but now on a Sunday especially, I've made it a rule I do not do any work on a Sunday.
Okay.
That because I've told people that why I've made that decision is that Sunday is family day, and you may get a troubling email and that throws you off for the entire day.
Yeah.
And then you cannot focus how you should.
Okay.
And to avoid all of that, and so that they have my full attention, I just say I'm not, even if a client, they send me a text message or whatnot, I'm not opening it up until Monday morning.
I'm surprised you're having to explain yourself to your clients, because to me, weekends, all right, yours is a very demanding job, right? You work in a legal
yeah,
business, so.
I know, but some people, they don't care about your time, It's all about them.
Well, yeah, I mean, is that because they don't have any kids themselves?
I don't know, but some of them are quite gracious, and you'd be surprised if you just explain to them. I have no qualms about saying it. I will say sorry, but I didn't pick this up because I do not. That's just my day. I just can't. And it's good for your own mental health as well.
Of course.
So I have to do. I've done that.
I mean, for me, the demands on women has been one of the main carers within the household, especially when you've got children. I mean, a lot of that's due to societal sort of influences and generational influences. So I guess it's hard for some people to actually break away from that.
It is. And I know, traditionally, it used to be that a woman's place was supposed to be in the home, but that has changed.
Okay.
And so for us, if I am working late, if I have something to do, he takes care of dinner.
All right.
Some nights, if it's a dish that he likes to cook or cooks as you're in charge of dinner tonight, and we don't have those kind of you have to do this because you're the woman kind of thing, which is great.
Well, it sounds like you've got some effective communication going on there, and you set some boundaries as well.
Oh yeah, we do. And apart from being partners, we are friends.
Okay.
And that's important, and it's us against the kids. We don't let the kids get in between us or things like that. So yeah.
So do you ever get any of your friends or people who don't know you personally come up to you and say, you inspire me as a woman, as a mother?
I've had it, and it makes me feel good.
I'm sure it does. It must.
I never imagined that, and it makes me feel good because, especially against, like I told you, against the background that nowadays marriage is not as highly revered as I think it should be. The institution of marriage, the whole idea of a nuclear family is not what it is anymore.
Right.
That's slowly changing, and so traditional values and views are, people have different perspective.
Of course.
I see so many posts now about, what's a life hack? Not getting married and not having children. Things like that. And, not everybody, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But for those who might not know better or I just think that it's important for those who are able to show the positive side of marriage that they should, if they're able to.
All right. So do you? I mean, you've mentioned there's been an increase in divorces globally.
I don't know globally. I'm just saying, just from looking at the court list here.
Oh, in the Federation. Okay, all right.
I've had consultations quite a few times, and it's troubling to me. Persons who have gotten married in less than a year and they're ready to get a divorce.
Seriously?
Yes.
And are you able to disclose some of the reasons for them wanting to?
Well.
Don't mention any names.
I won't. Without breaching any confidentiality. Sure. But I've had where really and truly, like one time they basically didn't really have a reason.
Okay.
They just I couldn't understand why they got married in the first place.
Right.
Or
so I guess from you saying that,
if it involves abuse, clearly, yes, sure. I understand why you would be seeking a divorce.
Sure.
But not really having, if you have a dispute, you have an argument without it being abusive or anything like that. I just find it to be, I don't know. I've had silly, it's like you have not.
I mean, that suggests they may have just rushed into the
without
really thinking about
thought and whatnot. So.
Because I guess divorces, they're not cheap, are they? They cost money, right?
Well, it does.
You're going to pay out. You're going to have to pay out some additional expense.
Of course you have to, yes.
Yeah, and then everything else that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, So for those of you out there thinking about gay marriage, just think closely.
And I always say too, and if you were to do a survey on persons who get a divorce, a lot of times there were red flags before they got married, and they ignored them.
Okay.
And those small issues just escalated, and so it's no surprise.
So, do you think there should be some kind of agreement before put in place? I mean, in certain marriages, there's a prenup. There's a prenuptial, and that's mainly around things like finances.
That's usually around assets, though.
Yeah.
But marriage in and of itself is a contract.
Of course.
And so it's a contract, and I don't know. Some people just, as they say, some people get married for the wrong reason.
Do you think there's a lot of this fantasy romanticized?
Sometimes I know some people. I know of situations where some persons were just at the stage that they were ready to get married. Might be that their partner might not have been ready, but they were ready to get married, and no matter what, they were gonna get married.
Well, that sounds like that relationship was on a hiding to nothing. I mean, if it's one, if only one person's really committed, right? I mean, that's a red flag in itself.
Yes,
okay?
Exactly. Right. And another, like I've seen now, another thing where you see where nowadays a woman, she's been dating a man for a long time. She wants to get married to him.
Right.
But he doesn't necessarily want to get married, and the woman is taking the step to propose to the man.
Okay.
And I would have done a post about that, and I was like,
I think you should.
That should not happen.
No.
A man proposing to you is one of the most significant steps and demonstration of his commitment to you and wanting to have you in his life forever.
Absolutely.
And so you shouldn't have to push a man to get married to you or make an ultimatum. I just think if you give a man an ultimatum to get married to you, that also can be a recipe for disaster.
All right. I think we should maybe do a regular podcast and give it suggestions to people who are thinking about getting married, right? Because from what you're saying, it sounds like some people they're not taking it seriously.
No.
Right? And I mean, I've never been married. I mean, I've had my own reasons, but as I get older, I say to myself, well, it'd be lovely to get married.
Because it's more than just, there are so many avenues to a marriage. You look at companionship.
Yeah.
You have your person. That person that's your person. No matter what, you have somebody you could always look to. Because remember, when you're growing up, you have your parents, and anything happens, you run to your parents.
Yeah.
When you become a teenager, sometimes you do not rely on it. It's your friends that take over. And then after that, the next step would be to find a partner, and then that's your person. That's your comfort zone kind of thing.
I hear you.
And so I think it's more than one thing there. Both of you should be on the same page in terms of you both want to have children. That's also another reason why some marriages don't last. One person wants to have children and the other one doesn't.
All right.
So that's a discussion that doesn't happen. I'm a part of a group on Facebook. It's the Marriage Club. It's huge.
Really?
Huge group.
Do you have to be married to be a member?
Or about to be, or have an interest,
okay. So I won't be able to. I won't be accepted.
But some of the issues, like they bring, like people put in their issues they're having and asking for advice. So some of the things like that's children. Simple thing as gift giving. That's why that inspired me to do that post today about Christmas gift giving, when one spouse loves to give gifts and the other one is just not into gift giving, but then the person that's not receiving it has a problem because they love to receive gifts. It's like, these are small things that literally, the fact that they come on social media posting about that, it's bothering them really bad.
Of course. I mean, for me, those sort of people, they need to go and see marriage guidance.
I think so.
Counselors.
Or not being...
Couples counselors.
Yeah, so just small things like that. Like, so communication before pre-marriage communication is important. You have to lay down, this is important to me. And if the person is not, then sometimes they're like, in the back of their head, they're like, maybe he will change or things like that. Or she will change. Another surprising one I saw was, my spouse does not like to talk. If I don't initiate a conversation, we do not speak at all. And I'm like, how does that work?
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, when you're in a relationship, right, one of the key aspects of that relationship is that you communicate with each other verbally.
And just to talk about things, but
that will drive me mad.
I know, and imagine if they don't have children, so it's just them alone in the house, just not talking to each other. And that is why, too, sometimes and if children are in the house, some of the issues are not at the forefront until after the kids have moved out, and that's when they then get a divorce because they realize suddenly they are strangers.
For me, I mean, one of the easiest ways to address this is, one, get both couples to kind of sign a contract or something, or maybe get them to sign something to say they've read everything that needs to be read about what they need to know before they get into marriage.
Oh, that's why you have premarital counseling.
Oh, does that exist?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that existed.
You could go to a professional counselor, you could go to a pastor, or whatnot. But those are the things that comes out.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did that work? Did you go to somebody here on Nevis or?
Yeah, we did. But yeah, they bring up, so you should discuss finances. You should discuss family. You should discuss children. All career goals, aspirations, what you want to accomplish in life together.
You ever thought about doing a workbook? Have you ever thought about designing a workbook for people and just handing it out, just like a little pocket-sized thing, so people can actually refer to it when they meet their potential partner?
Oh yeah.
And they start, maybe asking questions and stuff, because
so sometimes people don't bother to discuss those things, so.
Okay, that's very interesting. All right, well, maybe I'll do one of my podcasts about failed marriages on the Monday and see if people might be more aware.
Marriage Mondays.
Marriage Mondays. Yeah, that's an idea there. I mean, you mentioned some of the key points to having a healthy and loving relationship. I mean, talking.
Communication is key.
That's key.
Communication is key. If you're having a problem and the other person doesn't know, then things won't get better. You have to also not be you can't be selfish.
Okay.
So marriage is not only about you. There is not, you have to, I'm not going to say give and take, in the sense that you have to recognize your partner's feelings, what they are into. It might not be something you're into, but you have to be supportive. So support is another aspect.
Okay.
You cannot have I think one of the fastest way to head to divorce is if there's deceit.
Okay.
And you lack self-control. So, in the Caribbean, a lot of times it's like Caribbean men don't have self-control when it comes to having extramarital relationships. And personally, I do not think that extramarital affairs should not feature in a marriage, and it can become abusive, in the sense that some people are like, well, if you love your husband or your spouse, you will forgive them and move on. But it's a tough pill, to swallow. To each his own. But I just think that when that happens, and it happens frequently, that erodes trust. And if you have erosion of trust, then your relationship will suffer.
Of course, because how do you get that trust back? If you've gone to church and you've kind of vowed yourself, you've taken your vows and you promised to do this and the other, and then your partner turns around and he breaks that trust, how does that trust actually get rebuilt?
I don't know.
That's a massive.
And then you have to carve out. You have to continue dating during your marriage. Some people, after they get married, and especially after they have children, they stop dating. And so
they stop dating.
Yeah, and that I can't remember the term I saw in that, where they're like, the housemate phase, where it's just, everything is just, they're going to work, they come home,
right,
take care of the kids, go to bed, that's it. They don't have any time together.
Okay.
And that, for us, Will and I, we always go out on dates.
So you're talking about having things such as date nights when you've just got time to yourselves.
And I've said to people, it doesn't have to be anything expensive or over the top. It can be as simple as, after you've put the kids to bed, you can hang out in the living room, watch a movie together, have a cocktail together. You could play a game together. Just something that's worthwhile, just quality time together.
Because I guess a lot of people think when you get married, that's it, your life's over. You got
exactly.
You got to spend the next 18 years raising your kids.
Exactly. Right? It doesn't have to be like that.
Because you're forgetting about yourself.
And that is why, too, a lot of times, because of that, you drift apart and you become roommates as opposed to spouses.
Right. Okay. So I guess things change on a physical level in terms of intimacy and all that kind of stuff.
They call it the dry spell or whatnot, and then that leads to lack of intimacy, and with the lack of intimacy, then other things start to set in.
Yeah. Okay, that makes complete sense. Because you and Will, I mean, you're from Jamaica originally.
Yes.
Right, and Will's from America. So, I mean, have you faced any challenges when it comes to being in a biracial relationship?
Not quite. I'm fortunate in the sense that Will grew up always being in the Caribbean. So before he moved to Nevis, his parents, he grew up going to the BVI, and so he spent a lot of his childhood in the BVI.
Right.
And he understands the Caribbean culture, and so culturally it was never, that has not been an issue. We sometimes are apart on the kids. When we have disagreements, sometimes it's about parenting, and it's not from the angle of being black or white. It's more, he's an only child,
Right.
and I had the benefit of growing up with my sister, so he never grew up with siblings. So he doesn't quite understand that dynamic.
Right. Okay.
And so that's different for him. So,
Okay.
but apart from that, like I said, fortunately, we've not had issues. His friends are now my friends. My friends are his friends. He loves Caribbean music. He loves Caribbean food. He has introduced me to different types of food and different aspects of his culture. And his family, they have embraced me. So we've not had that kind of issue. I know that can feature in some relationships,
sure.
but we've not had that.
All right.
Thankfully.
What about if you're going on holiday somewhere, and then you obviously there's going to be the contrast between Will, who's white, tall, red hair, you, beautiful, attractive, black woman.
Well, you know what? It's really here that I get it. Oh, you go marry a white man or something like that. That kind of thing.
Okay. All right.
But away, we have not really. Of course, you'll have people who will look at us sometimes, stare, but I've not had.
And I guess that's mainly because you're envying it, because you're both an attractive couple, right?
So
I keep saying you guys should be on a cover of a magazine.
Thank you. But we've not really. No, I can't think of anything that. But luckily, we're in the Caribbean and we live on a nice island, so.
And it's more acceptable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It might not have been the same if we were in a different place. So I don't know.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And you've got great support system as well in place.
Yes. So his parents, he's an only child, and his parents, they have a home here, and so they're around. And almost every Sunday we invite them over for dinner as well. So, and they are involved with the kids as well, which is great because I don't have my parents here. So the kids get to have the benefit of their grandparents, and I think grandparents play a crucial role in the development of children. I had the benefit of being raised with my grandmother and great grandmother, and I learned lots of things from them. And so I love the fact that they have their grandparents around to learn things from.
Virtual DJ.
And it must be great for them as well, because
I know
it's their first
and they now have 2 granddaughters. So Real's mom has effectively gotten 2 daughters as well. So she's gladly teaching them how to play bridge and teach them how to play old school card games like Kings in the Corner, things like that. They she does a bit of sewing, so they learned to sew. Zara made a little top, and it's one of Zara's favorite top. She wears it all the time. So things like that.
But you're happy just to let your children go away with their grandparents and let them go and do their own thing.
I think it's very important for them.
Okay. All right. So, have you got any more suggestions for how people can have a much more healthier or loving relationship? I mean, you already mentioned a couple of things.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, it's a balancing act. You cannot. When it comes to marriage, it's no longer about you alone. You cannot ignore yourself, and I'll advocate for that as well. You do not lose yourself in a marriage to the point where you're stressed out, you gain a ton of weight, all of that. People are like, how do you do it? You have 3 kids, you always look a certain way. I do it. If I look good, I feel good, and I can do good. So some people so for me, I always try, take care of yourself. Don't leave the house looking like you're homeless.
Okay.
As I just
That's a bit harsh.
No, I just think sometimes women, they lose themselves because now you're like, I'm married, I have my husband, I have my house, that's it. But I don't think that's it. I think your husband still wants to see you looking nice. They want the same person they were attracted to and who they dated. And so you have to pay attention to that.
So do you think...
I think so. Grooming, personal hygiene, things like that. I think you should pay attention to that when you're with your marriage. And it goes for the man as well.
Well, yeah.
And I tease Will. I was like, oh, what's happening here? You getting a belly or what? Or blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing. Because at the end of the day, you still want to find your partner attractive. It's,
I think that's a fantastic suggestion and advice, because it suggests what you're saying. It suggests that some women kind of lose any sort of belief in themselves, and in terms of their self-care, they probably think that their husbands don't fancy them anymore or find them attractive anymore, so they just don't even bother.
I know. And for the man, I will say, you cannot, after you've got the woman, you've gotten married to her, you can't ignore her.
Yeah, of course.
And I'll share this. So with Will and I, when we were dating, whenever we message each other, he always greeted me with "Hello, gorgeous," or on the phone when he picks up, he's like, "Hi, gorgeous," and to this day he still does it, and that is, it's a nice thing. And recently we had traveled a year ago. We traveled and we went to a craft thing, and they had these little hand sewn pouches or what with this little saying on it, and one of them said "Hello, gorgeous," and he said, "I have to buy that for you." And small things.
Yeah.
And after some women, after they have kids, they feel unattractive. They feel like, they've lost their beauty, they've lost their figure and everything. And I think at that point, your spouse, it's very important for for spousal support. And your spouse they have to make you feel good. And for me, I was fortunate, I could look the worst and he would always say, "Oh, you look gorgeous." Those things, it makes you feel good. And like we was like, after we had Zara, and of course you're feeling, you just had a baby, you don't feel the best, you don't feel like you want to do anything, and he's like, "We need to go out, whatnot," and I was like, I don't want to. It's like, listen, we're gonna get a babysitter and we're gonna go out. I'd rather us alone go somewhere without the baby, without any interaction, and have just us or with other friends. And when he did that, and we did it a few times, I started to look forward to it, because I felt like we were dating again. And I didn't just feel like I'm a mother. I could dress up, and it made me want to dress up and go out, look my best. So things like that. So it's like a man also, apart from a woman taking care of themselves, a man also has to help a woman to feel the best. A woman should not doubt whether her husband still thinks of her as being the most beautiful person in the world.
Okay. I mean, do you feel it's incumbent upon the woman to say these things to the man? Or
I mean, if it's that important to you as a woman, and you think it's lacking, then you should by all means, you should say it.
Okay. Or from a man's perspective, again, because as men, we don't always...
And with a man, it can be a sensitive issue for a man. For instance, when it comes to self-care, if a man sees a woman letting herself go a bit, I could see how it depends on how the man approaches it. It might come across, but at the end of the day, if he thinks it's bothering him to the point where a conversation must be had.
Okay, but again, this takes you back to the whole communication.
Yes,
thing, innit?
exactly.
I mean, if people felt comfortable enough in a relationship to be able to speak honestly and openly,
exactly,
then that will you won't need to have these kind of conversations in the first place. But communication is key.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then sometimes people, for me, it shouldn't be an issue because we've got social media. There's so much information out there for people to go and have a look at. Again, to see where they can identify where the issues are within their relationships and see if they can get some kind of solutions by not only by going on social media but going to therapists and that kind of stuff as well.
Sometimes the relationship has broken down completely.
Sure.
And for me, if there's physical abuse, physical, mental, emotional abuse, it's a big no-no for me.
I hear you.
And I don't encourage people to stay in abusive situations. Okay. And so that's one thing I will never encourage somebody to stay in, because the abuse could start small and then it's going to escalate and one person might end up dead or both of them.
Yeah.
And those kinds of situations, I would say, don't try to even that saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You know, being abusive, that is, I draw the line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that one. Anyone who's within domestic or domestic violence or relationship where they're experiencing domestic violence, they need to seek support as soon as possible so they can get some advice and make sure their safety is key, and also the safety of their children as well.
And another, the last, one of the other major ones, as you can imagine, it's money. Money is also always one of the big problems in a relationship. It's my money, your money. It's not our money, it's my money, you know, that kind of thing. And so that creates a lot of tension.
But is there room, I mean, if both couples are working, is there room for them to have like a joint account and then just have their own little separate?
Ideally, it is a case where it should be our money. It's not. I mean, it's a technical subject, but the ideal is that when you get married, you become one, and so there should be no secrets. No. You know, and if we go way back to the traditional era where the man is the provider, you know what I mean? The man is supposed to be in charge of the household. And so nowadays you have the whole, you know, women's rights movement, and some women don't think that they should submit to a man. That creates tension and all of that. Or they have this strict demarcation where they say it should be, when it comes to finances, it's a strict 50-50, and if you don't give your share of the 50%, we have a problem. Okay, you know what I mean? Like it's
like you said, there's things have been existing and they're generational and societal, but there's no reason why, if people really wanted to commit themselves to a long lasting,
because it works for some people.
Of course it does.
And that's what I said, but for some it just doesn't, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just been watching a series about the going back to the 1930s in the UK, and there's people getting divorced and married all over the place there, right? And one of the main reasons is that they don't communicate, or they're hanging on to some old, outdated way of how they perceive a marriage should be like. And just like everything else, things change.
Yes.
So I guess people have to change their perspective and their mindset about what it's like to be in a successful, healthy, long-lasting relationship, which is why you need to bring your book out.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Once the kids have children have grown up and left home,
I know.
When you have a bit more spare time on your hand. Does that word exist in your vocabulary? Spare time?
Nah, I keep telling people, it's like, I do not get any free time. I don't have free time.
Are there any times when you think to yourself,
that's why I always tell, like, I try to wake up, be the first one to wake up so that I at least have my coffee by myself.
Okay, all right. All right. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because life changes when you have children, but it doesn't necessarily have to change you as a person.
No, it shouldn't.
No.
And it's the same when you get married. It shouldn't change you as a person. You shouldn't become somebody else. You know, you should be the same person.
Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, Christmas is coming up soon. I mean, you mentioned before that you've more or less done all your stuff.
I know, but you know, we wait on the boat from the US and the freight forwarders, and you hope that things get here on time. So
I know that's one of the biggest challenges of living on an island, and you can't just walk into a superstore somewhere and everything's there.
I know, and I would prefer to support the local economy. And so like I went looking around yesterday, and I have a 10-year-old daughter, and I couldn't find anything that I think she would like, you know. I was like, I may have to. I don't even have time to go over to St. Kitts. She likes to paint and stuff, and just different things. She's crafty. She's creative. But things that are not for like a 5-year-old, you know, that kind of thing. To find things more. Yeah. It's kind of.
All right.
And good quality toys as well.
I guess that's the thing now, isn't it? You want things that are going to last. Yeah. And being a parent as well, and you're working as well, I guess you just want to go into one big department store and buy everything rather than keep driving around looking for this.
I know, that's the thing. You have to look here, there, everywhere.
Yeah. That's what I used to love about shopping in the UK. I can just go into the massive shopping centre somewhere and I get everything there. I used to do my shopping in about 2 hours. I think my quickest time for Christmas shopping was about an hour and a half. And that was buying Christmas presents for my partner and other people as well. Because I don't mess about. I'll just go in. I know what I'm getting. I'll just go in. Is that a man thing?
Perhaps.
But I know I'm quite organised. When it comes to Christmas shopping, I'm very organised. I can be in and out of a shop. But I've not had to do that for a couple of years.
So why didn't you get married?
Me, I really don't know. I mean, I guess when I was younger, I didn't really believe in the whole sanctity of marriage. Yeah, I used to think, why do I need to go to church? Why do I need to go to a register office to kind of sign a piece of paper to say that I'm committed to this relationship? Yeah, I mean, I've had about 5 or 6 relationships in my life, I guess. So I've been married about 5 times, as far as I'm concerned.
You would not have been married 5 times.
I probably would have done, no. But I guess I had a bit more freedom there, innit? Because I didn't sign anything, so I didn't feel I was tied to it. But to be honest, I don't know. I really don't know. People have asked me this question over the years, and I don't know. I mean, as I get older, and I attend other people's marriages, I tell myself I would love to do something like this. Just have a day. I know it's all romanticised and everything, but I would love to have a day where people can come along and get all dressed up and have a celebration, and then take it from there. But it's more than that.
So you've not met your soulmate?
Again, is that what it is? Though, do you have to be? You have to be married to your soulmate? Is that what? That's
now,
exactly
I think if the right person came along, you would know.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe I haven't met the right person, but I've loved all my partners, all my girlfriends, and there's I think the only one I really thought about getting married to was the first one. I don't know why. I guess she's the longest one. We were together for about 4 or 5 years, and people saying, "Aren't you guys married yet?" So we got engaged, and then we split up 2 years later. I don't know. That's a $64,000 question. If I can answer that one, I will tell you. But I honestly don't know.
So where is she now?
Who? The first one? Oh, she passed away about 10 years ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, I think about it. I mean, I think she could have been the one, but I think sometimes maybe a lack of commitment on my behalf.
Maybe.
Yeah. The timing, like you said, soulmate. I mean, there's times when I do look back on some of my relationships and tell myself I should have married that person. I think there's about 3 or 4 of them I said I should have married. But I don't know. There's still hope.
There is.
There's still hope.
There is.
So I might have to look at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your plans for the future?
For the future, it's fun you mentioned a book.
There you go. I told you.
I've thought about doing, but it would be more from a children's book perspective.
Okay.
Although I've also thought about just writing a book, doing a book. I've since doing the I've thought about doing things like TED Talks or things like that.
Yes, I can see you doing a TED Talk.
I think that might be one of my desires in life.
I can see you doing a TED Talk. Right.
I would actually like to do it. I've thought about it. I've not verbalized it, but
because we can do TED Talks here. We don't have to go to America. Just need a camera.
I know, but
an audience.
Yes, I wouldn't mind doing something.
We should maybe just start doing TED Talks at NEPAC. We've got a big stage there.
I don't even know. I've not explored how it even comes about, because I know they have it in different places.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you've got a venue where you can take a camera in and microphones and set it all up, I mean, there shouldn't be a problem. Maybe we should do some Nevis TED Talks.
Yeah.
Have a look at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in terms of your work, I know you're busy, but if anyone, listeners, wanted to contact you, so you can help them with some of the
locally, or 469-6757 or MRLP, Morton Robinson LP, MRLP. We are on Facebook. We have our website, mortonrobinson.com. Most people, they call the office if it's locally, or overseas clients, they send emails, info@mortonrobinson.com. And most of our clients are internationally based, so we get most of our contact comes through email.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, brilliant. So this time next week, it'll be the big day.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to be doing? You're going to be sat down watching a film, I think, you think?
What time is it now?
It's 7 o'clock.
Maybe dinner.
Dinner at 7. So you have dinner late during the day?
Well, we're not a big... It's the kids are more into... So that day, what we usually do is... Kids, of course, they wake up earlier than normal.
Yep.
And so it's usually them eagerly waiting to open their gifts. And what we usually do is you could open probably one and wait because the grandparents come over.
Okay.
And they come over and we do it like we watch them open their gifts. And they're not even hungry because they're so excited about it.
Yeah, I guess the excitement's overtaken all that hunger, isn't it?
Right. And so...
Do they believe in Santa Claus?
I think they're getting to the point where they're,
Right.
And so it's usually opening gifts, we'll putting together toys, because and I always have to remember, next thing we always have to remember to buy batteries, because a lot of toys need batteries.
Yeah.
That's always a big thing. And then because the next day is a holiday, we have to wait till the following day, and they're always upset. They're like, oh my gosh, you need to wait because we need to find batteries.
So it's an organisational, it's a big task, isn't it? Getting ready for Christmas, you have to think about all those.
So you think about batteries and things like that.
Yes, there's nothing worse.
And so they usually end up having a later breakfast.
Okay.
And in the last few years, in the afternoon we've gone to the beach.
Okay.
And they play a bit, have lunch, and that's why I said 7. We go home and have a dinner, and it's not anything stressful. We probably cook our favorite meal or something.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't make it about a meal for Christmas, because it's more the kids.
It's more family time,
and it's more about the kids and spending time together.
Okay, well, that's the great thing about living here on Nevis. You can go down to the beach,
and it's beautiful.
And it's beautiful.
And it has been, we've done it, and it's been relaxing.
Yeah,
we meet up with other friends too sometimes, so it's been nice.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for coming on.
You're
welcome. It's been interesting and informative. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Same here.
And wish you Merry Christmas when it comes next week.
Same to you.
Yeah, and we should do this again in the new year.
Yes, we should.
All right?
For sure.
All right, you take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the Tea Experience with your host, T. Liebird, broadcasting live from Queen City, Nevis on 2020 Vision Radio.